Mesechus Eruvin daf kuf hey. The Gemara brings the pasuk of Yikablu Leviim lahoitzi lenachal kidjoin. And Rashi says that the Leviim went inside to take out all the items that were tameh from tumas avodah zarah, and specifically Leviim, because kohanim can't be metama from tumas avodah zarah. The Goyin Yankov asks, the Rashi is a pella. Why? There's no isser in a kohen to metama tumas zarah. The kohen is only muzer and tumas meis, not only and no other tumas is a muzer on it. So the Goyin Yankov is matche that besides the tumas avodah zarah, there's also tameh meis. Yosef Engel Gilyoni Ashah says, from Rashi, you see a tremendous chiddush that tumas avodah is different than other tumas, and since it's hookish the meis, it has a din of tumas meis, and the kohenim have an isser to be metama. A different pshat they bring down from the Pirush, it's a nechmad on the Kuzri that explains the Rashi that's saying a tremendous chiddush that at the time of the Beis Hamikdash, although a kohen didn't get malchus on tumah besides tumas meis, but he was muzer in being metame any tumah because he had to be roy to do avodah, and that's the avon in Rashi that they were also to be metame even tumas avodah zarah. Moving further on, there's a tremendous machlokes he's showing them the gabi the isser knisa into the Beis Hamikdash. The Rambam writes that there's a lav miyuchid for a kohen to go into the Beis Hamikdash if he's a baal mum, if he's pur roish or shosiyayin, a kru begodim, and the baal mum he's loika. However, the Shittas Ramban argues and he says that a baal mum that goes in to the Mizbeach, it's no issa b'chlal. So Rav Chaim in the Sefer asks few kashas on the sheet of the Ramban from our Gemara, that according to the Ramban, that there's no specific isser for a kohen the baal mum to go into the Beis Hamikdash. Why does the Gemara over here have to learn out from Ach that a baal mum is mutter likaneis to be mesakin the Beis Hamikdash? Why do you need a specific heter for a baal mum? The whole isser for a baal mum to go in according to the Ramban is because it's likaneis. That's a kloliistic isser that everybody is muzer to go into the Beis Hamikdash for no reason. A kohen Yisrael. So why do you need a specific heter for a kohen that's a baal mum to go in? And Rav Chaim writes that Be'emes the Ramban asked this kash on himself, and he explained that the Gemara is learning out from Acholak, not a specific heter for a baal mum. It's telling us a klal for the issa of likaneis, it's mutter for the tzorich litakein. However, Rav Chaim asked on this two kashas. That first of all, the Gemara is a shayla, if you have a kohen that's a baal mum or a tameh, which one goes first? Do you say the baal mum goes in or the tameh goes in? According to the Ramban, that the whole heter of a baal mum likaneis bifnim is only being mated the issa likaneis. It's no lav misuyim of baal mum. So what's the Gemara shaila? For sure, it's more chomer for a tameh to go in. A tameh, besides having the din likaneis, also has halacha of a knisa of a tumah in the Beis Hamikdash. So what's the Gemara's suffix? And he says, furthermore, you have to understand what's the makor to say that a tameh could go into the Beis Hamikdash, the litakein. He says it must be, you're learning out from the same way there's a heter on a baal mum to go in. Who are then? The tameh is learned out from that heter. But a baal mum doesn't have a heter. Elamai, the heter of a baal mum is on the isik likaneis. So you're learning out from the fact that it's mutter likaneis. Who are then? It's mutter or kohen tameh to go in to misakin the Beis Hamikdash. Rav Chaim asked, that's tzorich and gadol. How can you compare it? Because when a kohen baal mum is going inside the sakin lasses rikui pchomim, the pshat is, it's not a likaneis. It's not the pshat that the tzorich is mate the isser of likaneis. The whole yesod the isser is that a person can't go in for no reason. But how much it's considered a te'elis to go in l'sakin, it's not a likaneis b'chlal. So how can you learn out from a baal mum, which is not a heter in the isser, just not a likaneis, to a tumah? So Rav Chaim says a korchach yisif from this Ramban a chiddush that the baal mum is mutter likaneis to be mesaken is not the pshat that it's not considered to be a likaneis b'chalz because it's a tzorech tikun. However, for carrot, there is b'yesoido yisur be a likaneis, but there's a heter on the isur be a likaneis because it's a tzorech tikun of rikui pcham. Chaim says, what's the answer to this other kasha? What's the Gemara sofik? If a tameh should go in, or baal mum should go in b'chamei, besides for the isur be likaneis, has another isur of likaneis b'tumah. So Chaim says the answer to this kasha is al pi halacha, that's gemiri, according to the Ramban, that the isur of bir likaneis is not the same isur bir likaneis for everybody. It has levels, and somebody that's a baal mum, that's less fit to do avodah, has a greater isur of bir likaneis than a kohen that's a tam. So therefore the Gemara is mesupik that the isur of bir likaneis by a baal mum is a greater isur of bir likaneis, and that should override the isur of tameh, even though the tameh has another isur of likaneis b'tumah. And Chaim says it's mavur like that in the whole Gemara, that the Gemara is a discussion that the kohen should go in before Levi Yisrael. What's the Gemara shaila? If it's bir likaneis, what's the difference between the kohen and Levi Yisrael? It must be, you see from the Gemara, that there's different levels, and the Levi and the Yisrael has a greater isur likaneis be likaneis than a kohen, and same thing what did over here. The Ramban understands that a baal mum has a greater isur than a kohen tam. I in the Chazanish Gilyonis, they asked Kashas on Rav Chaim, and he says a tremendous chiddush to answer these Kashas. He says that there's no isur b'chlal of a tameh to go into the Beis Hamikdash litakein. He says the whole isur to go into the Beis Hamikdash b'tumah is a zilzul and the kedusha of the Beis Hamikdash. But how much is a tzorech tikun? It's not an isur b'chlal. In the Maral that writes like that also, that there's no isur deraisa of a tameh to go in a tzorech tikun. And the Chaznish explains that mishum mikdash tiro, it's better for the knis into the Beis Hamikdash to be aidei yosim mechubadim. That's why you find the kohen should go first. That's why the Maral Shaila, tameh or baal mum, which one goes in? But he says, according to this, even if you have a kohen that's tar and the kohen that's tameh goes in, he's not mechuyev, because since he's going in l'tzorech, it's not an isur.